Hello, welcome to a new crafting video, and today we're going to be trying some weaving. I got this tapestry loom actually a couple of years ago for Christmas. Here it is. As you can see, I did do a little, ignore this, please shop with small businesses. This is just the cardboard I had on hand at the time. So this is the weaving I did at the time on like Christmas Day or Boxing Day or something a couple of years ago when I got the loom. And then it's sat in a cupboard ever since. And yeah, I want to rectify that basically. I want to actually do some actual proper weaving. My intention had been to remove this, but actually it's really soft and I did more than I remember doing. So I don't know. I'm kind of reluctant to remove it. It was kind of just a little test piece. I have this hand-dyed yarn that I didn't know what to do with, just like a little mini skein of it. So yeah, I had a go at doing a little bit of weaving on this little tapestry loom with it. What I was thinking of weaving is a couple of bookmarks, and I was going to do it like vertically, like this. This actually looks like the perfect width for a bookmark, don't you think? This could be a bookmark. Maybe. I think I do maybe want thicker yarn than that. So I guess I'll go see what I've got. Yeah, I have a Secret Santa coming up tomorrow, and I was going to make the recipient something, possibly needle felted, but I couldn't decide what, and now the Secret Santa exchange is tomorrow. And well, I mean, the person I'm gifting likes books, so I thought maybe I could make her a bookmark. But yeah, I definitely need thicker yarn than that. So that's going to be a real wibbly wobbly bookmark. Anyway, right. To the yarn stash. Why is there a ribbon in here? This I'm going to use for weaving, but not for this project. I want to make a picture with it. Can you actually, I don't even know what you can see. The problem is that most of my yarn odds and ends are the same thickness as that purple yarn that's already on the loom. And I need something thicker really. So I have this. This is left over from the hat I made. I have this. I was given this at a workshop. Yeah, it was a pattern design workshop. We were designing cowls, so we needed something to knit with. So as part of the fee for the workshop, it included 2 balls of this. So I've got this. That could be good, maybe. This is it actually feels fine right now, but the jumper feels very scratchy. It's not an against the skin kind of jumper. This would be a good weight, I think, but as you can see, it's new, it's unopened. I don't really want to use new unopened yarn because most of the new unopened yarn I already have plans for. So I don't really want to use this because what if I then run out of yarn for the jumper I'm going to knit with this? I have more skeins of it down here. And maybe I'll bring this over as well because I don't have I made socks with this. I don't know what to do with the rest of it. This could be fun. This is hand dyed, but as you can see, it's still fully skeined. I would have to get my Swift out and wind it, and I don't have time for that. Ooh. These two are the wrong weight, but maybe I could like hold them together. What would I hold them together with? I have a little bit of black yarn here. I also have, I've got a jar over there full of other odds and ends. So maybe we'll go look in that as well. Right, let's see what I have in here, shall we? Right, so in here I have this nice blue. I have this is hand dyed. I hand dyed this, just a little mini skein. I have this that's left over from a short. It's kind of like this deep purple. That's nice. I have this. No, wait. Maybe this one's the hand dyed. Well, what's this then? If that's the hand dyed, what's this? I don't remember which of these is my hand dyed. One of them is my hand dyed. I don't think it's both of them. Well, where did the other one come from then? I don't know. Anyway. This is a little bit of leftover sock yarn. If you've seen my socks video, you'll have seen this before. Ah, yes. This is a tiny bit of hand-spun alpaca and silk. I don't think I'll use that. I'll put it over here for now. Fluff, I guess. And these are tiny little bits of hand spun. All my spindles came with a tiny bit of wool already attached, and I spun them into these. Aren't they cute? This is leftover yarn from a little shawlette that I knitted. Really pretty, but I have quite a decent amount of that left and I have no idea what to do with it. And then this, if you can see the shawl over there behind me on the rocking chair, this is all that's left over from it. So yeah, those are all the yarns I have. What I might do is I might actually weave a little bit more of this just to make this a little wider, because there is still some left on my shuttle. So this is my shuttle. I also have this, I guess this is a big needle, and I think this is what you use to like zhuzh it down. Yeah. I hate that this bit of cardboard has the Amazon logo on it. Hate that. Anyway, this is really loose at the end here. Why is that so loose? Right. So where were we? I guess. Very carefully going. Okay. Okay, we did it. We did it. We did it. And then I think we close that and then zoop, 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 zoop. Try not to pull it too much on this side. Right, and then which way did I turn it? You have to be quite careful about this because it's quite easy to like knock the threads and end up going and draw over the wrong ones. I would say it's not too hard to get the hang of. Just got to be a bit careful that these threads are going in the right places. And it doesn't leave much of a gap for you to get your shuttle through. Yeah, I'm titling this weaving for the first time, but I'm not really weaving for the first time because as you can see I have done this before a little bit and I've watched like a bunch of videos, I've read this book already. And so yeah, it's not really quite my first time weaving, but I am pretty new to it. You know, I can only really do this basic thingy. So yeah, how this works is that we've got these threads going from bottom to top, all the way up and down. And then this thingy, don't ask me what it's called, goes in between them to lift up. You can see the grooves in this. So the idea is that each thread, the alternating threads fall into one of these grooves. And then depending which way you turn it, this way or the other way, alters which grooves which threads fall into. So you end up with some of them lowered, some of them raised. And then this is called your shuttle. So I already, as you can see, have wound some yarn onto it. And it creates a little gap in between the lowered threads and the raised threads. This I think is called the warp. This is the weft. So it creates this gap between the alternating warp threads. This is called it's called a shed. The gap here is called a shed. And then you are posting your shuttle into that gap so that it goes, so that the yarn ends up going between the raised threads and the lowered threads on the warp. And then you like beat it down, and then we rotate this so that we change which threads are raised, which threads are lowered. Some of them have not fallen into the correct grooves. Let's fix that. And then we're posting this back through. this new shed. Yeah, you can tell that I'm pulling too tight here. This is doing weird things at the side here. I'd like to say this is very soothing and relaxing, and I can imagine that if you have a slightly bigger, if it was warped properly, and if the shed was a bit bigger, it would be. But instead I'm like, oh, this is just going really slowly. But maybe it's an inexperienced thing as well. Maybe I will get better and faster at it. I think I'm just gonna keep going with this until this runs out of yarn. Oops, I've knocked that thread off of where it's supposed to be. Right, I believe, supposed to weave these ends in as I went. I can't remember how to do that. Shall we have a look? Weaving ends every time you row. To avoid these ends hanging down the side of the finished weaving, you need to weave them in as you go. Alternatively, you could weave the ends in after you finish the weaving, but that is much more time consuming and fiddly. Maybe I'll just leave them because this is just a practice piece, right? Okay. Should we do a new colour? Alright, so yes, you can see the tie. So this was from a jumper, and I decided that the jumper was too long, so I undid some of it, and you can see it's still wobbly from where it was knitted. Anyway, I'm going to wind some of this on. Oh gosh. It wants to grab onto all of the warp threads because this is a grippy kind of a wool. Possibly there's a little too much. Oh dear. Possibly I put a bit too much of the yarn on the shuttle, because obviously this creates quite a narrow shed, so then there's not really very much room for the yarn to go through it. These colours actually go really nicely together. Look at that! Oh, that's cute! Right, okay, I want to try creating some shapes, maybe. That would be fun. So, let's see what the book says about creating some shapes. Let's start with some geometric shapes. I'm not thrilled about geometric shapes, I find them a little boring, but I think that's going to be the easiest thing to try first, and then we can try some more organic shapes later. So, right, okay. Right, so I'm going to go part way along here. And then we just whoop. Would be better to do this with a needle rather than a shuttle, I think, but I've put yarn on the shuttle, so we're using the shuttle. Right, okay, so I've made my first little shape. I think I've got the general gist of what I'm doing. I was thinking of maybe trying, there's some other stitches in the book for like adding more texture, so I was wondering about having a go at that, because I would like to have a play around with that, but also a bookmark kind of wants to be a bit more flat, right? And I was thinking maybe I should just, you know, get started on the bookmark. Since I don't really want to be here all day, I do have this to do before tomorrow. So I have drawn up some like kind of ideas of what a nice bookmark might look like. I have this one that's like a kind of wiggly, wavy shape, which, bearing in mind, obviously I'll be weaving it this way. I was like, that's going to be a lot of little shapes. That might be a bit tricky, given that I am, in fact, a beginner. And trying to do this quickly as well. And then my next idea that I thought would be nice would be like a bunch of circles, not necessarily in this formation. And again, that was very like, I'm very new to this, I don't know exactly how I would do that. Like, what shapes should I do first? And all of that kind of thing. And then I thought, what about like a kind of wavy, sort of kind of stripy, but like uneven stripes that kind of curve and kind of meld into each other. And so that would look kind of like that. And then I was like, again, that's a lot of like little tiny shapes and little tiny little bits of colour and things. And I thought, what if I just turn that the other way around and have like kind of more longer stripes? And so that's what I've done with this last design, which I think is the one I'm going to go with, because I think it should be a bit easier. There are some curves, of course, but they're kind of a bit more subtle. They're like more gentle slopes. Now, this isn't necessarily the exact design I will do, like it's kind of a general vibe that I'm going to be going for. So what to do first? And what colours to do? I don't quite know what colours to do. I have started winding onto my shuttle these two together, because that way it'll be a bit thicker. I also have some of this. That could be nice to do. That could be fun. So yeah, maybe these and these. Maybe a dark one. I mean, I can try it. I think I'll do a few rows of just plain to kind of separate it from this. I might leave some space on the warp as well. Should I put a bit of cardboard in there or something to separate it? Maybe. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finish off the sides of this. Because if I'm cutting here, I'll have to like tie off the ends or something. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that in a way that looks nice. I don't know. That's probably plenty. Right. Shall we begin? Oh, I'm already liking the kind of mold effect we've got going on. This is hopefully going to be fun. Starting to go a bit smoother now, starting to get a little bit faster. So that's fun. Time, I think, to get some shaping going. Some red might not look good next. Or this dark. Ooh, I like that. Oh my goodness me, what have I done? Oh no. Ah! Pull it through, pull it through, pull it through. Oh, what have I done? This was a mistake. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all entangled. Kind of. Mostly. There we go. I think I've wound too much yarn. Didn't need this much yarn. Oh well. Oh my goodness. It's just getting caught on everything. Alright, I think it's done. This is what I've got. Is the recipient going to like it? I don't know. I hope so. But yeah, it's ready to come off the loom now, I think. So, let's do that, shall we? Threads are so slippery. Oh my god, what a mess. Oh dear. It was going so well. It was going so well. So, this is what I've got. These are all the ends. So I think the amount of finishing that this would require, I think I need to weave all of these bits like into the weave, and then these bits on this side, they're barely long enough to do anything with. And then of course there's all the wool ends. But the thing is, so this warp material, this is the thread that came with the kit for the warp thread. And I do not know what material this, but good grief, this is so slippery. And I guess I'd kind of noticed it a little bit while I was actually weaving, because things just didn't really want to stay where I put them, and I was like, oh, that's fine, you know, once it's all kind of tied up, it'll be fine. But what you don't consider is that obviously when you tie knots, you want to pull on the thread, right? Yeah, trying to keep the fibers aligned while I was tying off the threads was a slight nightmare. obviously this side where it was only this far from the other thing I was weaving. Oh, I think I've accidentally just removed a warp thread. This is only, you know, quite close to this. As you can see, this is literally unraveling right before our eyes, which is sad because it's quite nice. Yeah, it's not gone too well. It's not gone too well. I'm not sure in what universe this would be recognizable as a bookmark. Oh. Oh, well, I just broke it, didn't I? I pulled on it slightly and several of the knots came undone. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, well, I wasn't really intending to still give this as a gift anyway, but now I'm definitely not. Okay, well, that's a shame. That's a shame. Look, it's just like completely come undone. Oh, that's a bit sad. Because although it's not particularly recognizable as a bookmark, it is still quite nice. So, it was a fun time. It didn't really end that well. But what can you do? You can't really expect your first time doing something to be that good. I don't know why I thought I could just weave a Christmas present as someone who'd pretty much never woven anything before. So this has definitely been a lesson. I've definitely learned things. One good thing, hang on, I'll have to take my microphone off, otherwise I won't be able to reach the other side of the room. I mean, I could if I undid the elastic band around this entire length, but then I'd have to wind it back up again, and that's faff. Hang on. This is wool warp thread. Bought it from World of Wool. There's a heckin' lot of it. So I think I will, yeah, it's a full kilogram, I think. So I think this is what I will use for warp threads in the future. I bought it mostly because, well, for one thing, for an entire kilogram of wool, it was quite cheap. I think it was on sale. But compared to how much you would usually pay for 100 grams of knitting wool, this was a pretty good deal. Don't remember how much, but yeah, it is quite thin. But, you know, that's fine. We're not knitting with it. We're just gonna warp it up. And I don't think I'll ever run out of it. I don't think I ever need to buy more of that. Just because I figured, you know, me being me, I tend to make a lot of things in black, and I just figured I would, if I'm going to have any warp thread showing through, I would probably rather it be black than white, even if it's just for like wall hangings and things. So yeah, in future I'll use that, and hopefully that'll be less slippy and easier to tie knots with, because good grief, this was a nightmare. The actual weaving part of the weaving was quite fun, but tying the knots at the end, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm going to do for my Secret Santa tomorrow now. Either I have a good guess at what this particular friend likes to snack on, which I think I have a decent shot at, or I see how quickly I can needle felt her a small creature. A small cute creature. I think she would like that as well. So I don't know which of those I'm going to do, but those are my two options, I think. Because this is not it. This wasn't it even before it broke. Anyway, okay. That's it. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you for watching. If you're watching at the time of release, I hope you're having a lovely winter holiday. It'll be New Year in a few days by the time this video comes out, so Happy New Year. I hope you've enjoyed watching me have a go at weaving. Let me know if it's inspired you to have a go yourself. I am looking forward to trying more weaving, maybe more successfully next time, hopefully. But yeah, it was fun to try out some techniques. I'm looking forward to going into it with a bit more intention next time. I'd love to make some pictures. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload a new video. Currently I am trying to upload every 2 weeks, but I will be making a everything I knit in 2024 video, and that will be coming out basically as soon as it's ready, so that will be in addition to the rest of the videos in my schedule. So look out for that one. That will be coming soon, probably. I think that's it. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye!